Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Kraken Packs video. I am your host, MrBevers. That's right, we're back again with another pre-release kit of War of the Spark. I was so hyped for this set. I thought it was a lot of fun to play with. I mean, like, it's still out now, obviously, but I mean, like, I think that I didn't get a chance to really play in the pre-release or anything like that, which was unfortunate for me, but, like, the stuff that I've been playing on Arena and stuff with the sealed pools and things like that and the drafts, I'm enjoying it quite thoroughly. I'm enjoying the set quite a bunch, and I hope you are too. Oh look, we've got a misprinted die. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's like extra ink on the 10 there, like quite a big blob over top. Interesting. I've seen some of these come up online, where other people have it quite a bit more prevalent than this, where it's like almost the entire number is covered, but you can see quite clearly that there is a very big splotch of like white ink here on the outside. I don't know if it just like, yeah, it doesn't look like it'll peel off or anything like that, so it's already set, which is unfortunate. So, but I mean, that just means that it's, you know, just means that it's a misprinted die, so who knows? Maybe there's somebody out there that actually wants something like that. Who knows? But anyway, a nice blue color die. I don't think we got one of those yet, so there's that. Let's see what we got here. We have a token in here somewhere. There's our token. That token has a code on the back of it for a pre-release, or for a free draft on Arena. So if you want a chance at winning that, you can do so by coming over and watching my Twitch streams. Let's see here. I like to try and get the promo cards out of the box without revealing them. So there they are, because we'll look at them at the end. We'll look at them at the end. I don't know why. I don't know. It's just a preference, I guess. I like to keep it suspenseful, maybe. I don't know. Maybe there's no suspense involved at all, and I'm just being a dink. Who knows? Maybe I'm just being some kind of jerk. But anyway, let's look at what we could possibly build with this pool, right? We'll move that over so we have a little bit more room there. So of course we're not going to show off all the cards, right? But we'll point out anything of super note here. So far, kind of like mediocre playables, like filler. Nothing super great. Like, I mean, the Naga, not great. The Goblin Assailant, not amazing. Loxodon Sergeant, mediocre. Lazatep BMF is just a good like filler for the top end. 5 drops in black. Topple's not really playable in my opinion. Callous Dismissal's very good. Gateway Plaza is just good for fixing, so that's always a good include. First uncommon is very good. Vizier of the Scorpion makes a little amass token. I should say amasses 1. Whether it makes a 1/1 or it makes your army bigger, it depends on whether you have other amass. But it gives all of your zombie tokens Death Touch, which is very nice. So very playable. Firemind Vessel is our second uncommon. So kind of like just like a mediocre fixing. It's not like the best fixing in the world, but it does add 2 mana of different colors. And of course we got Ashiok here, which is like just a straight bomb in limited. If we can play this card in our pool, we will play it in our pool because it's just that good. Our first rare is the Elder spell, which is a solid removal spell, to be honest. And if we're going to try to force Ashiok as well, I mean, it's good to play with Ashiok because it kills any number of planeswalkers, and then you choose a planeswalker you control, and you put 2 loyalty counters on it for each planeswalker you destroy this way. So, and in this format, there are a lot of planeswalkers out there, so there is that. And we do have a foil, so we've got a foil stealth mission. So, I mean, like, not a bad little card. I've seen this card do a lot of work, actually. Maybe I'm coming around on it. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I've seen it do a lot of work in the right scenarios. Like in a nice like green-blue proliferate deck, it's amazing. I don't know, I guess in the blue black amass deck it's not bad either because it puts 2/1/1 counters. Iron Bully. I guess we can like put our Erratic Visionary. Okay, Lazatap Reaver is not terrible. Okay, first uncommon here is a Bond of Passion. Alright, it's not amazing, but it's fine. Devouring Hellion is a very good one for like a proliferate deck for sure. Mainly because it has a sack. It's a sack outlet, so it helps you sack things, and it gets 1/1 counters on it, so then you can proliferate, which is nice. Looks like we have a rare Planeswalker in this pack because we did get 3 uncommons. We got a Gleaming Overseer, which is just like really, really good for like blue-black amass. So that's not so bad. Ooh, we have a Sarkhan. Sarkhan is going to be very hard to pass up playing, that's for sure. So Sarkhan, you know, whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, each dragon you control deals 1 damage to that creature. Until end of turn, each planeswalker you control becomes a 4/4 red dragon and gains flying. Or you can pay 3 and create a 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying, which is pretty awesome. And no foil here, so just a swamp and a wall token. It's going to be hard not to try and convince us not to play Sarkhan, I guess. But we'll see. We'll see. No Escape, very good. Grim Initiate, mediocre, not super great. Steady Aim, not amazing. Aid the Fallen, very, very good in Limited. Chandra's Pyrohelix is not a bad little removal spell. Unlikely Aid is fine, not great. Wanderer's Strike, good removal as well. Heatfire is an okay card as well, mainly because it can go to any target, which is why it's nice. We got a Mana Geode, which is nice for fixing. Much better than the Firemind Vessel. Pollen Bright Druid is very good for your proliferate decks. First uncommon here is a Chandra's Triumph, which is a fine card. It's 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. If you control Chandra, 5 damage instead. Bond of Revival. This card is actually pretty interesting. It can do a lot of work for you. It can definitely catch people off guard. And we got another rare planeswalker in this pack because we did get 3 uncommons again. We got a Challenger Troll here, which is actually not a bad little 5-drop. It's a 6/5 for 5 mana. That's really good on just in itself. A 6/5 for 5 mana is just very good. And then it says each creature you control with power 4 or greater can't be blocked by more than 1 creature, which now means if you give your creatures menace as well with something like, let's say, oh, I don't know, Angrath, now your 4 power and greater creatures can't be blocked. They're just unblockable, like not pseudo unblockable, but like they're unblockable by way of having two things that can't be done at the same time. They have to be blocked by 2, but they can't be blocked by more than 1, so then they can't be blocked. And our Domri. All right. We hit 2 solid red planeswalkers here in the rare slots. So that's just very good. So I mean, like, I don't know what we're gonna do. We definitely want to try and play Ashiok if we can. So maybe we're gonna go like some sort of like red-green splash black or splash blue, depending on what we've got going on. It's probably black. We'd probably go red-green black. What is that? Jund? I think we Jund. Rising Populace is fine. No Escape. You probably don't want more than 1, maybe 2 in a deck at most. Toll the Invasion is just a very solid removal card. Crunch, Wrangler, and Bloomhulk. Yeah, 2 solid good green cards for Limited. Charmstray is not amazing. Aven Eternal, very good in blue. A Burning Prophet is fine. Obnix's Cruelty and Jaya's Greeting. Some very good removal in this pack for us. Eternal Skylord, this is a very good uncommon for the Amass decks. It gives your zombie tokens flying, right? It's a 5/5. It's a 5 mana, 3/3 flyer. Right? It's not even a flyer. So this guy doesn't fly, right? But so he's a 5 mana 3/3, but he gives you a 2/2. So it's really 5 power for 5, and it gives you a 2/2 flyer, which is pretty good. Then we have an Ugin's Conjurant, which is just very good in any deck. So we'll definitely try to slot that in. We have the Wanderer here, which is like a very good planeswalker. We're probably not going to splash it in this deck. I don't know yet. I mean, we do have a fair amount of fixing, but I don't think we need it. Oh, wow. We got Casualties of War. So, I mean, very good thing to put into a green, black, red deck. I mean, we'll take it. It's a removal that most people can't really play around because it's a rare. So choose one or more. Destroy target artifact, target creature, target enchantment, target land, and target planeswalker. So, Kasmina's Transmutation, very good removal for blue. That deals with gods. This card deals with gods very easily. Kaya's Ghost Form, kind of like mediocre. New Horizons. I think we have 2 New Horizons and 2 mana geodes now, so like we definitely have the fixing to go green, black, red, or like green, red, black, or whatever combination. Pollen Bright Druid seems good. Davriel's Shadow Fuge doesn't seem amazing for us. Thunderdrake seems okay. Sarkhan's Catharsis is like, I mean, it's a 5 mana Lava Axe at instant speed. So I mean, like, it's better than Lava Axe. Is that I think that's the way to state it, right? Because Lava Axe is a sorcery. So a 5 mana, it costs the same mana. It's instant speed. So it's just a better Lava Axe, I guess. Vraska's Finisher is very good in the common slot in black as well. Our first uncommon is Invade the City. Not really what we're going to be looking at playing in this deck, probably, because we're not playing blue-red, most likely. Flux Channeler, another very solid blue card. So, I mean, like, that might push you into blue a little bit more, but, like, I think that right now our colors of red, green, black is too strong to worry about playing a Flux Channeler. And we get a Saheeli here, which can go in red as well as blue. So, I mean, like, it's okay to play it. And our rare is a Karn's Bastion, which is not a bad little card for a proliferate deck. Lets you sink your mana into something late game. 4 mana just proliferate. So, I mean, you can keep your planeswalkers around. I should say you can give them extra tokens, loyalty, depending on what you're doing. That kind of stuff. So, not a bad little mana sink late game for sure. And it adds just a colorless mana, which is fine. We got Crush Descent, which I actually like this card quite a bit, because even if it doesn't counter their spell, it makes them waste 2 mana, right? Which then maybe messes up whatever their second play might be, or it stops them from leaving up mana to counter or play a trick on your turn, and you get a 2/2, or you increase your amass by 2. So I mean, like, I actually don't mind this one too much. It's 4 mana, but you get a couple things out of it. Chain Whip Cyclops seems like okay, I guess. It's good in like a red aggro deck for sure, because you can pay mana to make it so that things can't block. Teo's Light Shield is like okay. Another No Escape. Tidebearer Giant, very good in the black, in any black deck, just to draw some cards at the later in the game. Vivian's Grizzly, very, very good in green decks for sure. Banehound, mediocre. I wouldn't play it, to be honest. Trusted Pegasus, very good in white. Band Together, a solid removal spell for green. Spellgorger Weird is very good in any red deck, really, that has non-creature spells. Our first uncommon is a Huatley's Raptor, which is decent for like a green-white proliferate deck. We've got Rally of Wings, which is a pretty decent combat trick for white. So it's untap all creatures you control with flying, get +2/+2 until end of turn, which is pretty nice. Oh wow, we got Davriel too. My goodness, we have Davriel and Ashiok. We're definitely playing black, so like we definitely have to splash black for whatever it is we're doing. Ravnica at War. This is kind of like, I don't know. It's okay. It's not amazing. I haven't seen anyone like win games with this card. Or I haven't seen anyone make like a back-breaking play where this card like just won them the game. Just hasn't happened. So I think it's safe to say that we're probably playing some sort of combination of like green, black, red. It's possible that we're just playing like red, black. And that we're just splashing for the green for Domri. So let's see. Playable, mediocre, playable. Put a 1/1 counter. That seems fine. That's very good. That's good. That's fine. Fine. Meh. This is okay. I'm not super keen on the rest of these red cards, but that's okay. Let's see what our black has. Okay, playable. One Kaya's Ghost Form I feel is definitely worth playing. An Obnix's Cruelty is fine. Troll is good. Bond of Revival is okay. I think I would rather play Aid the Fallen over that. So I think, like, these are the ones that we probably, like, leave out and use it for sideboard if we want. So that puts us in, like, Sarkhan, Elder Spell, blah, blah, blah. So, like, we definitely want to splash for Domri, I think, at this point. Because, I mean, we're also going to be playing Davriel, Ashiok, right? We probably want to be playing Sarkhan. Well, I should say, we're playing Davriel, Ashiok, and Sarkhan, no question. We probably want to be splashing for Domri, which means we want to look at our green. So, like, this is definitely very playable in green. This is good for removal in green if we need another removal spell. So then here's where the real question comes in, is like, because if we want to go, like, our green is good. Our green is pretty decent. So, like, if we look at our green, this is playable, 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 this is like, eh. A second New Horizons is definitely fine. Giant Growth is also fine. So, I mean, like, really we have, like, 2 cards that are, like, kind of like sideboard tech, not really needed for green. So, I mean, like, that's definitely, I think, where we would end up with, like, our green is definitely quite heavy, and we definitely have enough fixing to play red, black, green, no problem. We could even look at playing, like, some of our other colors, too, if we wanted to. Let's take a look at our promo cards, though, right? I guess we got to look at those and see. So, what do we got? Okay, we got a Jaya. All right. So definitely in red. So another red Planeswalker. Not bad. Jaya is also just solid. And, oh, we got a foil feather. Well, we're definitely not in white. And the thing is like, if we look at our combat tricks, we have a Giant Growth in green. Because we could splash feather no problem with our green cards, because we have 2 New Horizons, we have 2 Mana Geodes, and a Gateway Plaza. We could definitely splash the white for feather with just those cards. We have no cards in red that target our own creatures, and I think in black, the only one we had in black that would target this would be, like, Unlikely Aid. Yeah, so this one. So Unlikely Aid would be okay, but, like, so that's really only 2 cards that feather benefits us on. So, like, and we could have, no, that doesn't do it. Even in white, we don't really have it. We have Battlefield Promotion, and that's it. So, like, this is the only pump spell we have in white, or, like, spell that targets our creature and does something in white. Our blue is pretty good too. I mean, like, it's not amazing, but it's also pretty, like, Stealth Mission is very good. 3 No Escapes is a little overboard. I don't think you need that many. Flux Channeler, very good. Thunder Drake, fine. Kasmina's Transmutation, very good against gods. So, like, if you need help with gods, it's definitely worth it. The Eternal Skylord and the Aven Eternal are both very good. Erratic Visionary, very good. Callous Dismissal, very good. So, like, I mean, our blue is pretty strong, too. It's just a matter of, do we want to play the blue at all? I don't think we do. I think our green, red, black is strong enough on its own, especially with our rares, that we would just be like, that's fine. Like, because how much removal do we have, right? We have, like, this is pseudo removal, this is removal, this is removal. So we have 3 removal in black. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if you want to use it for a planeswalker. So, like, 4.5 removal spells in red. So that's 3 and 4, 7, right? And then in green we have just the 1, right? So yeah, band together. So we have 8 removal spells in total across the 3 colors we're planning to play. Plus we have Domri, which lets us fight if we want, which is another removal essentially. And Sarkhan, which makes dragons, which is very nice. And, oh, we have Casualties of War, which is also removal, and Elder Spell, which is removal for planeswalkers. So we have definitely more than enough removal, especially with Davriel and Ashiok as well. I think we're in good shape. Like, so, I mean, I wouldn't play white or blue, and I wouldn't play feather. I would play Jaya for sure. We wouldn't play Ravnica at War. So we're just going to put our rares that we're not playing down here. We're going to throw away these. I don't think we're splashing for any of these ones, to be honest. We're not playing blue, and we're not playing... Yeah, so we're not playing blue, which means both blue, red, and blue, black are out. And we're not playing white, so green, white is out. So we're not playing any of these. We can play the Ugin's Conjurant, no problem. The Iron Bully is kind of like it's a sideboard card at this point with this deck, I think. And we're not playing the Wanderer, I don't think. Wanderer is very good, but I don't think we're going to be playing it. And I don't think we want to play Saheeli, to be honest. Saheeli's okay, but like, unless you have the artifacts... Yeah, so target artifact you control becomes a copy of another target artifact or creature you control until end of turn. So unless you have something that you really want to use Saheeli for, it's not super crazy. And I mean, it's double red, so we want our double red walker to be Sarkhan because it's at least at 5 mana. So let's take a quick peek here. I think that, I mean, like, our green is pretty strong. Although I guess we don't have, like, so those are not really playable in this scenario. Like, okay, so if you look at the Crunch Wrangler, right? We have the Crunch Wrangler. He gets bigger when you have a creature with 4 or more power come in. Right now in green, we only have 2. We have the Challenger Troll and the Bloom Hulk that come in and make him bigger, right? And then we have in red the Goblin Assault Team, and that's it. So that's 3 creatures, and then we have the Tidebreaker Giant. So we have 4 creatures that make the Crunch Wrangler bigger. So it's not like he's not necessarily something we need to play. So the green may even just be just our splash, right? Like we might not even play the green. Maybe we just play black-red and splash green for the Casualties of War and the Domri, right? It's possible. I think it's definitely... Because, like, what do we have in here that makes tokens or puts counters on things? Right? Like, we have this guy, which is very good for that. We have this guy that does it. We have this guy that gets counters when we cast no. So we have three creatures in red that all deal with, like, having counters and putting counters on things. This amasses. So, okay, so we have 2 creatures that amass in black, which basically makes a creature with a 1/1 counter on it, so then proliferate and things like that are useful for those things. So like things like the Pollen Bright Druids are very good, as well as the Bloom Hulk. And then the New Horizons works really well with those guys because they proliferate. And then the Band Together is very good. And then the Vivian's Grizzly is just a nice way to like dig for your creatures. So it's possible that we just go that route and we just cut these 3. Maybe we play this just because we can, and it makes the bigger things that we have, like, essentially have anti-menace, I guess you could say. Is that the easiest way of saying it? Can't be blocked by more than 1, right? So, and then we, of course, have the Karn's Bastion to proliferate as well. So, like, we definitely have a lot of things. And, I mean, the Ugin's Conjurant, which has tokens on itself. So, proliferate's really good in our deck. Right now, because we have a lot of things that deal with 1/1 counters. I think that's probably where we would end up. We'd have to make some cuts, obviously, because we definitely can't play all of these cards. So I think it would come down to quite a bit of fine tuning for sure. I don't know what the final build would look like, but it would probably look pretty good from what I'm seeing here. It looks pretty decent. And we have more than enough fixing too, which is nice. The only problem, I guess, with the New Horizons is that it takes a green. So unless you're playing green as one of your main colors, it's not going to work out for you. And then the Casualties of War is double green, which is kind of hard to do if it's a splash. So, but I mean, 2 Mana Geodes, Gateway Plaza, I think we're okay. I think we should be okay to do it. It would be a fun deck to play, that's for sure. So maybe I'll have to put this one together off of camera. And maybe I'll get a game in with a buddy or something with a pre-release kit. Who knows? We'll see. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everybody. And if you think there was something else that I should have looked at further, by all means, let me know below in the comments and let me know what you think you would have done differently. Because I'm always up for more ideas and better ideas and things like that. So, and you may have seen something that I didn't see, or maybe that I just wasn't even paying attention to. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I've been your host, MrBevers, and don't forget, if you want to help support the channel, you can do so with my Patreon, where you can sign up and get things like grab bags, booster boxes, bundles, and all that good stuff, as well as discount codes to my store, nerdvanastore.ca, where you can buy all the singles you might want or need. Who knows? Maybe I don't have them in stock. Maybe I do. I don't know. A lot of stuff there, a lot of old stuff, a lot of new stuff. Who knows? Things are good on the store. or well, they could be better. It's all right, I guess. Thank you so much, everyone. And if you can't support with a monetary value, thanks for just being here. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you think of this build or this pre-release kit. And I will see you all next time. And as always, may your pulls ever be better.